What's up, YouTube? My name is Talon, and today I am here to tell you guys my thoughts on Batman The Caped Crusader. This will be a review with lots of spoilers just so that I can tell you guys how I felt about the show. Overall, I really like this show. Now, when it comes down to Batman shows, I would probably rank it probably like a 7.5 out of 10. I really do like the direction of this show to where it was in the 1940s, I believe, because this Batman was very restricted. He had no type of technology. He still had, the cool gadgets, like a grapple gun. He still had the Batmobile, but he had, no computer tech. There was a different direction that they took for many characters, but then again, you have to remember that this is only Batman's second week as Batman. So he hasn't been Batman very long. So it's really just the starting point and his origins, which is honestly interesting because it is another view and a new interpretation on Batman. And then again, it's in the 40s, so it's pretty cool because we get to see this Batman, diving deep into his detective side, which is something that we don't get a whole lot in movies today with Batman. Also, it reminded me a lot of the Batman 2022 with Robert Pattinson, how he was like more grounded and everything, but obviously you can see the differences because one is more modern versus Batman Caped Crusader. It's more in the 40s. You can tell that they took a lot of inspiration from the Batman 22, and then you can also see where they took a lot of inspiration from Batman the Animated Series, and that would, I would say, go along with the producers they had on the show, because they also brought in some new touches to the show. Like Harley Quinn was completely different than what we're used to. Penguin really wasn't even Penguin. Penguin was a female. I believe her name was Oswalda Cobblepot. But those are changes that I really had no problem with. I know some people on the internet, of course, they're having problems with it. But then again, we have to look at it that this is just a different story and a different take on Batman, which honestly, it just makes it interesting. And then if you didn't know, the producers was Matt Reeves, who does the Batman movies, J.J. Abrams, which I feel like he was probably the one who put the new takes on a lot of these characters, and then Bruce Timm, who did the original Batman the Animated Series, which honestly I loved. That's probably still my number one Batman series. So I'm not sure like where I would rank it at when it comes to like the Batman shows. I would have to break them down because just off the top of my head, I can really only think of Batman the Animated Series, Batman Beyond, The Batman, and then of course this Batman The Caped Crusader. I really did like how DC and Amazon, they allowed us to watch every single episode on day one. So I was able to fly through all 10 episodes in one night. I couldn't really imagine watching this week to week. But the story, I would say the first few episodes, they feel like one-off episodes. Like some of them don't really connect to the others until you get to like the last 3 to 4 episodes, which was fine. Now I do wonder the direction that they're going to go for season 2. I'm starting to think that they're not going to do a Robin, because weirdly enough, in one of the episodes, I believe it was either episode 7 or episode 8, we get an episode where we see Richard Grayson, we see Jason with red hair, so I'm thinking that's Jason Todd. We see Stephanie Brown, which is of course another Robin, And then we see Carrie, who is a alternate future version of Robin when Batman is all big and beefy. So that's literally 4 Robins in one episode. They were all living in the same orphanage. So of course they did not have the same origins as we're used to. Of course, that one did take place at a circus, so it was a callback to Richard Grayson's origins, which was kind of cool. But I'm really starting to think that we probably won't get a Robin in this series, and I can kind of see where they're going because I forget the lady's name, but Batman has always been close with her in the comics, and in the last series, Batman the Animated Series, he was really close with the lady of the or who owns the orphanage. I forget her name, but he was always like really close with her. So I'm hoping that Bruce Wayne doesn't just go in and be like, Richard, Jason, Carrie, Stephanie, I want all 4. I want to adopt all 4. I really don't want to see that, but just seeing all 4 of them together as kids, of course they were like different ages. Richard was the oldest one. So I could see like how they could potentially do it if they wanted to go in that direction. But then again, it would be weird that Bruce Wayne is adopting all these like same kids from the same orphanage. I mean, I guess that would make more sense as they get older, but then again, who knows? But if they don't do a Robin, I'll be fine with it. If they do a Robin, I would of course want Richard Grayson because that is my favorite Robin. But like I said, overall, I did like this show. I like the direction that they did with Two-Face, with him dying at the end. It really felt like The Dark Knight, that ending where Harvey Dent, he ends up dying, and then they try to like shift the blame to where it's like not really his fault. But and then there's Barbara Gordon, who's also in the show too, along with her father, of course, Jim Gordon. But in this show, she is a lawyer, so I could see her going down the Batgirl path because like I can see the like journey that she is on, but she's starting to have disagreements with her father, so she's like starting to split off to where like he sees things one way and then she sees things a different way. So I could definitely see her becoming a Batgirl. But then again, I don't know if they're going to do any sidekicks in this show. I think they might just tease it or pretty much be like Easter eggs or cameos, because that was the way that I seen the 4 orphans between Richard, Jason, Carrie, and Stephanie Brown. That was kind of how I saw it. They were just Easter eggs. But, who knows? I'll probably definitely watch it again. But if I had a choice between watching The Caped Crusader and the original animated series, I'm going to, of course, pick the animated series. That one, I just feel more of a connection to. I grew up on it. I literally watched it all the time, episodes back to back. I even still revisit it, every, few years that I can. I will still always love that series with Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy. But I forget the voice actor who voices this Batman, but he did a really good job. I did like how, oh yeah, that was another thing. So in this season, Batman, he pretty much treats Alfred kind of like more like a worker, like he's not really close with him. So it kind of reminded me of the Batman movie. But by the end of the season, instead of like, he goes from calling him just Pennyworth to actually calling him by his first name, like Alfred. So that was, some good development that I like to see. But going forward, if they make a season 2, I'll definitely watch it. I'll be down to watch it just to see like which direction they take, because with this first season, they could honestly do anything, go in any direction, because again, like they're setting themselves in the 40s. So you know, they're limited on the technology, but story wise, from where they started from episode 1 all the way up until episode 10, they could take the show anywhere, and I'm down to watch it. It's going to be cool. Still hoping for a Robin, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think it'll be a good interpretation on it, but like I said, I don't think it'll happen. But let me know in the comments, did you guys watch this show? After you hear my thoughts, would you guys be more interested in watching it? Because like I said, it was a good series, you know, definitely something to hold you over if you're fiending for some Batman content. But let me know in the comments what you guys thought about it, or if you guys are going to watch it or not. And it is on Amazon, just in case you guys forgot. But don't forget to like this video and subscribe. See you later, guys.